Okay, so here we are at your home's electrical panel. This electrical panel is located in the garage on the exterior wall. We have all of our circuits inside of the home clearly identified here next to each breaker. You'll notice that some of these are a little bit different, and the main ones that I want to talk about are the outside outlets. You'll notice that breaker looks a little different. That outside outlet circuit there is on a GFCI protected breaker as opposed to the outlets. You may be used to those outlets like the one here to my left that has a test and reset button. We do not put these to the outside of the home. We actually catch them all on the breaker. So if your outside receptacles aren't working, don't worry about chasing around the house looking for that breaker or that receptacle that's tripped. Come in here to the breaker and you may find that this has tripped and we need to reset it. Okay, so doing that has turned off all the receptacles on the outside of the home. I'm going to turn those back on. The other things I want to talk about are these in the living areas. These are arc fault circuit interrupters, similar to the ground fault circuit interrupter, but they are in the living areas to protect against things falling across the tops of plugs and shocking someone. So if the lights in your family room or your kitchen or maybe your bedrooms are not working or the receptacles aren't working, come here first and see if that breaker has tripped and flipped out over. Sometimes appliances like vacuums and hair dryers may trigger that, and if that is happening, maybe take it to another location and see if it's still doing it. It could be the appliance or it could be the circuit breaker, and if it is, call Simpson Electric or a qualified electrical contractor to come out here and service the unit. The other thing we want to look at inside the main panel is going to be your main shutoff. So down below here, this switch here is in the on position. If we flip it to the off position, it's going to turn everything in this panel and everything inside of the home off. So that is your main disconnect. The other thing that we see inside of our panel here is the energy certificate. Okay, so this certificate is done by our third-party energy raters. They will come in and test the home at final completion of the home and give us a blower door number. So that's how tight the tight the home is. In North Carolina here, the code is 5 air exchanges per hour at 50 Pascal. We commonly call that an ACH 50. The ACH 50 of this home is 3.34, well below that 5.0 number. As we get below 5, it's harder and harder to get a full point. So we've done a very good job here of keeping this home tight so that we can control the ventilation and the comfort inside of the home. And we can control the system of the house and how the house works. So that's a very good number. The other numbers that we list here are our insulating values of our walls, our ceilings, and our floor systems, as well as the insulating value of all the fenestrations like windows and doors. Other than that, that's pretty much everything for the inside of the panel. And just to shut that down, put a clip there and we're done, and hopefully we don't need to come back here very often.